Once again, it's yours truly, Rico Vibes. This is the Flavor Radio. We've got a very special guest on the phone, calling all the way from Jamaica. Where in Jamaica are you, sir?
Kingston, Jamaica.
Kingston, Jamaica. Man, I envy you right now, my brother. So, introduce yourself to the masses, man.
All right. Well, the name on my birth certificate is Glenroy Godfrey Campbell.
Okay.
The theater going and the Jamaican public knows me as Glen Titus Campbell.
Okay. Well, you know what? For the folks who don't know who you are, first of all, the Titus name. Where did that come from? Are you stingy with money? What's up?
Well, the character that Patrick Brown created for the JBC TV sitcom back in 1990, the character was called Titus, and the sitcom was called Titus in Town.
Ah, okay.
And the feeling is that he never even give it prayers. He not give it icing mint. He not give it nothing in type.
Okay. Of course, you're not that way in real life, right?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
So give us a little bit more about your background. Is this something that you always wanted to do? You always want to be acting or in the arts?
Well, I've been in the performing arts from as early as age 4. But at a young age, I used to concentrate more on singing and dancing.
Okay.
I claim I could have sing, and I think I was a legs man.
When did you find out that when did you find out that wasn't going to be a reality?
I think it's about third form in high school at Jamaica College.
Okay.
When I joined the drama club, and I realized that the acting was a little better than the singing and the dancing. I'm saying, you know what God love? Let me concentrate on that.
I got you. So you mentioned a show earlier. Was that your big break in show business?
I think that was what put me on the map.
Okay.
As I said, it was on JBC TV in 1990. I'd been acting some 9 years before that, because I started in 1981. But the Jamaican masses at home and in the diaspora, they got to know of me from the TV series. Because, back in the day, Ricovibes, what used to happen is that people used to pirate. There's something that will come on TV.
Yes.
So them tape it on VHS and DVD and send it to them friends and family all over the Caribbean, all over the US, England, Canada. And so very soon I became a household name to people who never saw me perform live, but knew me from the TV series.
I mean, you just said something that brought me back, man. VHS. I don't think much of the young folks nowadays, the TikTokers,
they don't know
nothing about VHS. You know what I'm saying? So, that was just a blast from the past there, my brother. Come on.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Wow. So who did you see, doing this back in those times that, made you say, okay, I want to do that?
There were a couple of people that were very popular on the Jamaican scene. Of course, there is our beloved Miss Lou and Master Ann. There was a gentleman by the name of Charles Hyatt. There was Leonie Forbes. And, of course, the great Oliver Samuels.
Of course. Okay. Wow. And you've worked with him, of course?
I've worked with most of them. Master Ann died before I got a chance to work with him. But I've been on stage with Miss Lou, Leonie Forbes, Charles Hyatt, and myself and Oliver have a very good working relationship. As a matter of fact, in the 90s, we toured for about 10, 11 years extensively.
Yes. Wow. What would you say would be your greatest accomplishment to date? I mean, you have a whole lot more life to live, but to date, what has been your greatest accomplishment?
To date, well, I've been awarded like 8 Actor Boy Awards. I've been inducted into the Caribbean Hall of Fame for my contribution to theater. I've received awards from the JC Old Boys New York chapter, from the University of the West Indies, from University of Technology.
Right.
But I think the one that stands out probably most is in 2019, the government of Jamaica thought it fit to recognize my contribution to theater in Jamaica.
Wow.
And I was awarded or given the Order of Distinction,
which is the
for
highest,
my contribution to theater in Jamaica.
That's the highest award a Jamaican can receive, correct?
No, there's a CD, which is the commander class in that same category. And there's also the OJ, Order of Jamaica. So when I reach OJ, OJ is people like Miss Lou and Bob Marley.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rush it here. That's what it is.
Yes. Take time, man. A little more life to live.
Yeah, a little more life to live. All right. When we look at the Jamaican movie industry, let's say, or the anything other than dance hall and reggae, it seems to me like it's to me who don't live there, and looking in at the diaspora, it almost like it's at a standstill. Back in the days there was One Love that came out, Dancehall Queen, Third World Cop and those movies.
We don't
see stuff
Lunatic.
like that. Right, we don't see stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of what it is?
There are a few major projects that have been out. What comes to mind quite recently, we had Sprinter.
Right. But again, that was a few years ago.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Yes.
But just the other day, they had the Bob Marley movie.
Okay.
Granted, it wasn't done by Jamaica. I think it was Paramount who did it.
Correct.
But the fact is, it was a Jamaican story, shot mainly in Jamaica.
That's correct. Yes.
So we have stuff doing, and the government and the film industry are still contributing and encouraging people to invest in this area. Just last year, I think the government allocated $1 billion to assist the film industry in Jamaica.
That's good. All right. Wow. Let's talk about your present project, Room 513. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. All right, let me just do the background. The play ran in Jamaica for more than 80 performances.
Wow.
Written by who I consider the best playwright in the Caribbean, Patrick Brown, who was also responsible for a lot of the Oliver at Large series, and the Titus in Town series.
Got it.
And for more than 40 other local productions, stage plays. So he has a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience, and he is the best. He will take any story and make it brand new, make it entertaining, fun, and also give you some kind of message in it.
Wow.
And so Room 513 is no different.
Right.
In a nutshell, it tells the story of a maintenance manager at a hotel who comes across this beautiful young lady. And man and woman and human nature.
Right.
There's an innocent flirtation. Hi, how are you? Oh, what a pretty smile. Oh, I like your dress. Thank you.
Right.
And one thing leads to another. And there's a term I heard them been using recently. There was some entanglement that happened.
That's the politically correct way to put it, right?
Yes. But the thing about this entanglement now is that she is attached. Not just attached, she's married. I am married.
Whoa. Okay.
And so it makes the situation even so much more complicated.
Right.
And then, we say one thing at one stage of the game, don't please, I love my husband, don't fall in love with me. And then next thing you know, homegirl go home, go tell the man, say, she's in love with somebody else and she's moving out.
Wow.
Therein lies the dilemma. Therein lies what happens in Room 513.
Wow, that's it. I saw the clip, I saw a video clip of the play, and it just, anxious to see the whole thing. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
yes,
Because
yes.
the clip is so
I promise you, it's
entertaining.
going to be fun. Yes, fun for the entire family.
Wow.
It's family friendly, so that's one important thing that people should know. Fun for the entire family, and it's also entertainment, laughter from top to bottom, beginning to end. But there's also a little message that we
Right.
try to impart to our audiences.
Right.
And the message in this one is that regardless of what's happening at home, in your relationship, in your marriage, we suggest you try and work it out. Things might seem better or greener on the other side, but sometimes it not really goes so.
Wow. So we're looking forward to it coming here the Memorial Day weekend Sunday, right here in the Atlanta
Yes.
area. Where else do you plan to take this play?
Well, so far we've done Maryland, and we just finished Mother's Day weekend in Florida,
Okay.
Miramar and Coral Springs.
How was the acceptance there?
That's, oh man, if we thought Jamaica was great, on the road is even so much better.
Wow.
Because you see, over the years, COVID things kind of fell off a bit.
Yes.
And people weren't getting that much of the quality entertainment that they were used to out of Jamaica. And so when we came back with this production, they said, wow, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Wow.
And everybody's saying this is what the quality of acting and the quality of the script and the quality of the work that comes out of Jamaica, we want to see more. And I should point out, too, that this production that we are touring with now recently was awarded the best production in Jamaica.
Well, congratulations.
The best new comedy.
Wow.
And the best new script.
Wow. Congrats,
so it's not
man.
no idiotic thing we are bringing come. We are bringing the very best out of Jamaica.
Congratulations, man. I'm so proud of you guys, I mean, I've followed your career vaguely, in the background, but I didn't really know about you until I started reading up on you when I know I had this interview coming up. And I'm so impressed with all the things you've done. In terms of acting, in terms of on the other side of acting, do you plan on doing any producing, any writing yourself, anything like that?
Well, I kind of ease off of the writing, and it just it's a very interesting story. While in high school, I decided to write and direct my school production. And a very famous critic at the time, by the name of Archie Lindo, wrote in the newspapers that young Campbell should probably stick to acting.
Wow. So does that still affect you to this day? Are you serious? Nah, come on, my brother. You gotta continue. One critic don't stop no show.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. That was young in my career.
Right.
But I do produce. As a matter of fact, I'm one of the company directors for Jambiz International.
Okay. All right.
Which is a theater company responsible for all of the plays that I do here in Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah.
And so in addition to acting, I'm the one that coordinates the tours. I'm the one that deals with logistics. I'm part of the administrative staff.
Got it. Now, if you weren't acting, what would you be doing?
I love music. I dabble in a bit of DJing from time to time.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Jamaican party scene.
Of course.
I'm one of the new DJs with the Meritone sound system.
Okay, Winston Meritone family.
So, Winston, Meritone, Blake, and Monty Blake,
yes.
Yes, so I learned from the best.
Absolutely. And you're amongst the best, of course.
Yes, amongst the best, yes. So when I get the chance, I get a chance to play with them. Or
do you play records or do you play
parties?
Do you play records or you play computers?
No, No, computer.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yes.
You know, I want to know if you wanted to keep
Yes,
it
I used to have
original.
a record collection. No, my wasn't as vast as the
Okay.
Baritone brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, but people have milestone birthdays. I do parties, 50th, 60th, 70th birthday
Gotcha.
parties.
Gotcha.
You know, because that's the area of music I'm
Right.
in. I'm anything from the 50s come right up to the early 2000s.
Well, that's the best era of music, really and truly. I mean, obviously, everybody said the '90s is the best, but I say
Yes,
from
man.
the
90s was the
'50s,
best
'60s,
in terms
'70s,
of dancehall.
instead of
But
dancehall, of
when it
course.
comes to soul, I think 70s is the best
Absolutely,
soul music.
absolutely, absolutely. You have your OJs,
Yes,
you have your
yes,
Temptations, you have those people. So yeah,
yes.
absolutely the best.
Temptations, yes,
Yes.
and yeah. Benny Kings, the Drifters, and
Oh
things
yes.
60s
Oh, the
into the 70s. Yeah, man.
stylistics
Yeah,
and those
man.
people covered. Yeah. Oh, so
Yes, yes, Shy
so.
Lights. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you know music, my brother. You know music.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
What else
Yeah,
do
so
you want
outside
people
of
to know
that,
about the play, though?
well, as I said, it's fun for the entire family. It's 2 shows only on Memorial Weekend at the Shiloh High School. We haven't been in Atlanta for years upon years. So we're looking forward to the performance and we're looking forward to the people coming out and supporting us.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's next for you after this? Do you have anything planned yet?
Patrick Brown is back in the lab. We do 2 productions a year, so he's
Okay.
currently brushing off the finishing touches on the summer production
Okay.
that
Wonderful.
opens in Jamaica the last weekend in July.
Wow. Do you have a name for that yet, or is that still hush hush?
He's still keeping it, yes, he's still keeping it
Okay.
very close to his
I
chest.
figured as much. I was trying to get an exclusive. You can't blame me.
Yes, yes.
You cannot blame me, my brother. What do you have to say to young upcoming theater performers in Jamaica? Although it's not a big thing anymore, I don't think, as it used to be back in the day. What do you have to say to them
Yes.
now?
Well, I encourage young people that you follow your dreams. It's not everybody that's going to be mathematicians or engineers or pilots or lawyers or doctors. And so things and times have changed. Once upon a time, you wouldn't have thought of somebody leaving school and being an athlete
Right.
as a profession or a footballer or a cricketer.
Right.
So follow what you are good at, what you have a passion for. And if you can earn a living from what you have a passion for, that's the best thing to be doing in life.
Gotcha.
Too many people are going to work just to work to pay bills, and they're not even enjoying the work. They're just, I have to work, I have to pay bills, I have to eat food.
Right.
Yes, if you can find something that you're passionate about and be paid to do it, go for it. Go for it.
Wow. Once again, folks, we're speaking live with Glen Titus Campbell. Before you go, your favorite Jamaican movie? I know I'm putting you on the spot. But that's deliberate.
All right. I'm going to go old school.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Smile Orange.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
That's a classic.
That's a classic. That's a classic. For me, it's The Harder They Come, The Harder They Fall.
Okay. Yeah. Jimmy Cliff.
That's for me, because that was one of the first Jamaican movies I've ever saw, and it's stuck in my mind, and it made me got into Jimmy Cliff's music. So I'm from St. Kitts Nevis, so I grew up in the U.S., but I'm from St. Kitts Nevis. So back then, I remember going into the theater and seeing people who look like me, who talk with an accent like me, and that I embraced that all my life.
Yes, that happens.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
For me, the closeness to Smile Orange is that it was written by Trevor Rohn in association with Terry Hensel. And Trevor Rohn is one of our theater stalwarts in terms of scripts.
Gotcha.
And so seeing one of our playwrights write a movie and seeing actors that I was familiar with, Volier Johnson and Carl Bradshaw and these people and Glen Morrison. You know, these are actors that I know and worked with. And so see them on the big screen and say, whoa, that can happen for me one day, maybe.
And it has. It has.
And it has.
Absolutely. Well, my brother, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. Like I said, I did my research on you. I have had the background, but I wanted you to tell your story as you see it.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Once again, tell them where they can find you on Memorial Day weekend here in Atlanta, the Sunday, that is.
Okay, so Memorial Day weekend, this is May 25. Mm-hmm. We're in Atlanta. We're at the Shiloh High School, and we're having 2 performances that day. The first performance is at 2 p.m., mm-hmm. and the second performance is at 7 p.m. The production, room 513, starring yours truly, Glen, Titus, Campbell, also featuring Cherie Elise, Courtney Wilson, and Kira South.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Again, thank you, man. When you get here, man, I look forward to meeting you in person. I've seen you on stage. I've seen you, doing various things, but I've never met you in person, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Definitely, my brother.
All right. And thank you once again, okay?
Enough love. Enough love.
Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed, Atlanta. Glen Titus Campbell will be in your city this Memorial Weekend, May 25, for Patrick Brown's hit comedy, Room 513. Yes! It's going to be fun for the entire family. Laughter from top to bottom. Me, Courtney Wilson, Cherie Elise, Kira South. As I said before, it's fun for the entire family. 2 shows only. May 25 at the Shiloh High School in Snellville. Yes, make sure you come. Me I go there. Oh, you mean?
Shiloh High School, Snellville, Georgia. Sunday, May 25. 2 performances only. 2:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Buy your tickets now at www.room513atlanta.com.